EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for November 30th and December 1st, 2019. This is your weekend outlook, and we have the start of the weekend is going to be partly cloudy and it's going to be chilly. Don't expect any precipitation during the day on Saturday, but we do have this system, this very complex system, that is going to be moving toward the region. It's going to come in two parts. We identified this entire week, if you've been following along in the daily forecast videos, as a two-part system. It's really part of the same general system, but there's going to be two parts to it. First part's going to be on Sunday, and that's going to be the icing part of it, and then we have a snowy part of it on Monday for some select areas. Not all, but some areas will get into some snow, and that's on Monday. Okay, so this is the last daily forecast video we're going to have for ahead of part one. We do have the weather alert maps page. Weather alerts maps page, which has the first call from last evening for everything that's happening on Sunday, and then we did a probability-based snow map for Monday because it's a little bit too early to do distinct ranges of snow. There's still a lot of volatility. There's still about 72 hours or so from the start of that. So we just did a probability-based map last evening for that. We will do, and we don't do this first call, second call, final call nonsense. We do first call just for awareness. We do a final call saying this is it, this is what we're running with, make any changes and adapt as needed. If you're doing a first call, second call, final call BS, it means you're uncertain. You're just copying models and pasting it. I'm 43 years old. I don't have time to copy and paste models, okay? So what we're doing here is doing a blend of basically all the guidance, and we're coming up with our best solution on a probability-based manner for Monday. We'll get into that in a second. First, we have warm air advection. Okay, ahead of this area of low pressure is the primary low cutting in the Great Lakes, and there is a warm front out ahead of this. Warm air advection is going to be a southwesterly or southerly wind component coming in over top of cold air that's already in place at the surface. You're going to have temperatures on Saturday night. They're going to get down to the upper 20s. So it's going to be plenty cold at the surface when this comes in very early Sunday morning near dawn. Okay, so temperatures will be in the upper 20s. It doesn't take a genius to figure out if you have even if you have rain falling from the sky, it's going to freeze on surfaces. Okay, but I don't think it starts as rain in many areas. I think we're start off as sleet initially. Might be mixed with a little bit of snowflakes at the onset, but I think it's primarily sleet, and then it's going to go over to a prolonged period of freezing rain for some areas as this moves through. And here's that system moving through with that freezing rain, and we'll get to the precipitation type maps in a moment, but that it gets all the way, it rains all the way to the evening and freezes north of I-78 all the way through the evening. Okay, and then south of 78 we're going to have a change to rain at some point, and then we're going to have a little bit of a lull in the evening where it's kind of like drizzly, or drizzly further south. Maybe further north you're still getting some kind of frozen, freezing drizzle or freezing mist or whatever you want to call it. That's going to continue. And we're going to get a little bit of break in the action where you're not going to have a steady area of precipitation. Then the secondary low forms off the coast of New Jersey, and we're going to get this wraparound precipitation. Watch this in a couple frames here. It's going to do this wraparound snow around the backside here. And this is what's going to give us our snow on Monday, but I don't think it's going to help central PA too much. Okay? And here's why. Here's that wraparound precipitation, and it's basically honing in on this area right here of eastern PA and central and northern New Jersey. I think that's your area, and maybe far north central Pennsylvania. But look at central PA down by Harrisburg, pretty much nothing. Okay, Allentown could be getting 4-6 inches of snow, while Harrisburg is getting less than a ½ inch. Very possible. Okay, so there's going to be a sharp cutoff here. And this is why we didn't want to put distinct ranges of snowfall on a map, because it's pointless. It's going to change a lot. And we're starting to get a hone in a little bit as we get closer. But there's no sense in sitting here trying to guess for snow amounts. We did a probability-based, best areas potential to get more than an inch, more than 3 inches, more than 6 inches. And then up in the northeast corner of Pennsylvania, we have an area here of best potential to get greater than 9 inches. Okay. Now we will come out with with our first official call for Monday later today. We will have a final call for the stuff going on prior to that, which will be Sunday. That is the icing. Okay, just so you're aware of how that's going to work. And then after this point, here's that snow wrapping around the system here on Monday. And then Tuesday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, and it's going to remain that way, it looks like, for the remainder of the week. through Friday. We might have mostly cloudy skies here on Wednesday, but it looks like temperatures are going to be the low to mid 40s for the remainder of the week. Okay, so that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. No precipitation after this point. It's high and dry. Once the system exits, this is looking at early Tuesday morning. You see nothing's really going on here at this point. We just have any morning clouds giving way to sun, and we stay, partly cloudy here on Tuesday, mostly cloudy Wednesday. No precipitation, though. And then Thursday and Friday are also partly cloudy days with low to mid 40s from Wednesday through Friday. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so now here's the precipitation type breakdown across our state. And here is early in the morning, and this is the European model I'm using here, and this is right around dawn. You have some, again, this is not showing the sleet in the front end like that, but I'll show you the NAM in a second, which does. And you have rain further to the south. And then this freezing rain is going to continue off the north. This is early afternoon on Sunday at 1 p.m. You see plenty of freezing rain across the region. The green represents rain. The pinks, of course, are freezing rain. And then once we get into the evening, again, north of 78. I-78 at this point runs right about here. Okay, so it's just north of I-78. You still have freezing precipitation still going on. In the I-78 corridor and point south, you are changed over to rain at this point. Okay, and that's during the evening. Now this is going to end, and you're going to get a little bit of a lull, and then you're going to have this whole conveyor belt wrapping around the system. You're going to get some any mixed precipitation and very late at night on Sunday night, changing back over to snow, and it's going to remain that way here on Monday, during the day on Monday. So you could get some decent snow here on Monday before it wraps up Monday evening and pulls away. Here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar. This is starting off at 7 a.m. on Sunday. Same idea, except this area here that's I guess reddish color, this is sleet. Okay, anything here in the purple is freezing rain, and then the rain is further south. So you see it starts off as sleet on the far at the onset of this precipitation. You can see that perfectly here at 10 a.m. Plenty of sleet here over northeast PA, east central PA, northern New Jersey. Freezing rain is back here denoted by the purple. Starting to change over to just plain rain, southern New Jersey, and also the extreme southern parts of Pennsylvania. And this goes right into the afternoon. Here is a look at 9 p.m. You can see the rain snow line is right along, just like the European model had, right along I-78. Okay, so north of there, frozen precipitation is continuing. South of there, we have rain. But the precipitation is just about to end here at this point. This is getting into the evening. It does rain, and you just get the spotty, light freezing rain and drizzle, and that's it. And then we have snow that's going to work in on the backside here on as we head toward Monday morning. It's going to wrap around the system and change any of this mixed precipitation over to snow late at night. We have to go to a different frame here, the long-range NAM, because it runs out of the 12-kilometer version, just to see what goes on beyond hour 60, and you can see the same thing. We get this snow taking place during most of the day here on Monday, and the concentration of this area, the heaviest precipitation I think we're going to get from this, is going to be right up in these areas here. These are your biggest precipitation areas as far as snow is concerned, and accumulation's best chance to see significant snow are going to be in those areas, we think. It might be a little bit further west than this, like the European model shows, and we include all those areas, but that's pretty much your area. So if you get down here by Harrisburg, you're in south central PA, don't expect too much in the way of snow out of this. Unless something changes drastically over the next 12 to 24 hours, I don't see this being a big deal for these areas down here. But just in the northern Jersey, central northern Jersey, Lehigh Valley, maybe northern Bucks, northern Montgomery, Berks, and points north, I think you can get a pretty decent snowfall out of that for being early in the season on December 1st and 2nd. So we will have a final call today for everything going on Sunday. Sunday's your icing that I showed here in the video, and that's going to go through the entire day for areas north of I-78, but it's going to be most of the day for areas just south of 78 as well until we get toward late afternoon and evening. So we'll have a final call for that. Again, snow and sleet are under the same category, so that's going to be grouped together. If you see a snow map for Sunday, it's really sleet because they both accumulate. They don't accrue like freezing rain does. So we have a separate map for icing, and that's going to be our final calls for that. We'll have that today at 5 p.m., just like we did last night at 5 p.m. for the first call for that. We're also going to have our first call today. First call for what's going on Sunday. It's not going to be probability based. I'm going to put out an actual map with ranges of snow by area. Okay, so look for that later today at 5 p.m. on weather alerts, and we'll keep you updated with the latest information. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend, November 30th and December 1st, 2019. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.